Happy Tuesday. Thanks everybody for hanging out on another Tuesday evening. I greatly appreciate it as always. And yeah, let me get it out of the way. Thanks for all the happy birthday well wishes. I greatly appreciate it. I will say this. It's actually a day early. So tomorrow is actually my birthday, but I'm pretty sure Jason didn't want me taking all his viewership tomorrow night. So anyway, so we're gonna roll with it, have a little bit of fun, and yeah, we're close enough to tomorrow, and in dog years, it's already tomorrow anyway. So we're good to go. But I appreciate everybody wishing me a happy birthday. It's number 53 officially tomorrow. So yeah, I can't get behind Tommy D and the Cubs stuff, but there's always a block button for that stuff right there. So, but no, I appreciate it. It should be a fun night. So we're going to do a couple giveaways, a nice little sample pack giveaway. The sample pack tonight will be for basically any 5 M&J picks that we've done. So if I have it still, then I can include it within the sample of 5. So whatever you guys are wanting to do, then we can go through a list, or I can give you a list of a lot of different things and let you guys know what we have. If you have an idea of some of the picks we've done, then you can just send me an email or whatever. We'll figure all that part out. But looking forward to just kind of hanging out tonight. We'll go through a couple of new things I got. Kind of excited for the newest. This won't actually be released for another, I believe, couple weeks, at least a week. This is the newest 13th colony, their small batch cast strength rye. First time for them doing that. So that'll be fun to kind of get into tonight. Got this thing earlier this morning. So looking forward to kind of diving into that and seeing what their cast strength rye really kind of has to offer. So, I mean, if you're familiar at all with what it is that 13th colony does, I mean, their whiskeys are pretty darn spot on. So we got into some of it last night. Roger and I, team splill check. Yes, I did say that on purpose. We went up against Marty and Tom, the Bourbon Jerk, in Dusty Dan's whiskey tournament, and we kind of snuck one out there with a 1-point win against those two jabronis. But it was a really fun night. So I think Dan's doing a good thing. Ethan and Katie were kind of emceeing the thing, making sure Dan didn't allow that thing to get off the rails. So I'll say Katie did a good job. Can't say much for the other guy, but Katie did a spot on job last night. But yeah, looking forward to a fun night. Next Tuesday, I've got something going on, so unfortunately I won't be able to do a live then. The following week, actually, I'll be 2 weeks in a row that we don't. We'll be down. Jason and I will be down in Kentucky at Wild Turkey, doing more Russells and other things. This bottle again will be in tonight's giveaway. It was one of our single barrel Wild Turkey 101 ryes that we did. So that will be in there. But what else is on for tonight? Frey Ranch single barrel pick that we did, which was, I don't know, I guess I'm a bit biased, but probably one of the better ones that I've ever tasted. So if you're a fan of Frey Ranch, then, kind of get in on some of that stuff. So if anybody sends, whether it's a super chat, PayPal, Venmo, any of that stuff tonight, my wife's going to be monitoring all of that stuff here shortly. So, but yeah, next Tuesday, I've got something going on. The following Tuesday, down in Kentucky again, doing some more single barrels, like I said, with Jason and a couple other guys. Dusty will actually be there, and we'll be picking some Russells. Not exactly sure if we're doing more rye or bourbon or what exactly we'll be doing there, but one way or another, we'll be looking for the best possible turkey we can find ourselves selecting. So, and then Wednesday night, I think we're going to do something fun. Hopefully, it won't be another. It won't be another repeat of Solidarity. I will be back there Wednesday, that following Wednesday, or I shouldn't say following, but we're going to be doing we'll be doing the I forget what exactly we're gonna do. But we're gonna do something on his channel, like guess the M&J. I don't know. I'm sure he'll come up with something else as well. So it'll be fun. I'm gonna do my best, like I said, to not repeat and make it solidarity number 2. And we're supposed to play golf the next day, so I'm gonna try to keep all that under wraps as much as possible. But let me go back and say hi to a bunch of people. I know you guys were chatting away, and again, I appreciate all the happy birthdays. It means a lot. I appreciate it. So, Top Dog, thanks, buddy. Mr. Erickson, good to see you, bud. I appreciate that as well. Sugar Kitty, thanks, buddy. Mr. JG, the ball buster himself, good to see you, bud. TK, good to see you. Thanks, bud. Yeah, last night was a lot of fun. Hey, Ethan, how's it going? Appreciate it, buddy. What else we got here? Mr. Hinson, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Mr. Nate Jurgensen, just saw Nate not too long ago when we were down in Nashville and Chattanooga and all that other good stuff. So that was not Chattanooga, when we were in down doing Jack and our George Dickel pick. So that was a good time. So Coatsy, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate that. Mr. Sean McQueen, good to see you, brother. Appreciate that. Corey, good to see you, bud. I did send you an email. I didn't know if you saw it, so take a peek at your email. Andrew, thanks, buddy. I appreciate that as well. Doc, thanks, bud. There he is. How's it going, Mr. Marty? Thanks, buddy. It was a fun night last night with you and Tom. That was a good time. Truman, good to see you, bud. Cheers to you. Let's see. Where else are we? There's my partner, Roger. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks again for all the well wishes. That means a lot. What else we have? No Social Security here yet. Getting on that. 53 officially tomorrow. So, Mr. Ed Williams, good to see you, buddy. Cheers to you as well. I don't know. I'll tell you, 53. As much as I thought it would feel old, it really doesn't. I know you you have to do a lot to try to keep yourself in any kind of shape these days. That's for sure. So I'm trying my best to stay 6 feet up. That's for sure. So there's the man, Toby. Good to see you, Top Jimmy. I appreciate that, bud. What else we go? There's Katie. Good to see you, Katie. Thanks for everything that you guys do. I appreciate it very much. So, Mr. Papa, good to see you as well. Jeffrey, good to see you. There he is. Tommy, good to see you, bud. Let me know on that Michigan thing as well. Tommy D, good to see you, brother. Mr. Roman Carter, good to see you. JG again. I don't know why I highlighted that. Just trying to torture myself more. Mr. Fritz, good to see you, buddy. Mr. Lay, good to see you, brother. Appreciate you jumping in tonight. Who else we got here? There's the Cocktail Queen. Good to see you as well. 39th birthday. I barely remember yesterday, let alone 39. That's for sure. But all right, I think we're almost caught up here. JL, good to see you. Cheers. What's up, Eric? Good to see you. Katie, thank you so much. Let me put you down, and the old wife can keep you marked there. So I appreciate that very much. Thank you very much for the happy birthday on that. So what else we got here? JG busting up the wallet here with the old $10. Happy birthday, Hock. YOF. I think we could all figure that out. So thanks, brother. I appreciate that very much. Stacy, good to see you. Thank you very much for jumping in tonight. Stacy, I'll tell you, she's a wizard in the Irish whiskey department. That's for sure. I'm sure other whiskeys as well, but highlighting Irish for sure. So Mr. Ed Williams coming in with the $49.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that more than you know. So let me get you down here. And I'll do a randomizer at the end of the night. So let's put that in there. Tommy, that's $10 probably. Happy birthday, jerk. Yes, thanks, Tom. I appreciate that. Let me put this in there. I do apologize for who your partner had to be. I'm sure that didn't help you out last night any. So going in at a slight disadvantage though. There's DB. Good to see you, brother. I appreciate it. It was good to finally meet David when we did our Buffalo Trace pick a couple months ago or whatever it was. But thanks, brother. I appreciate that very much. It was that was a fun little trip, and hopefully you and your wife had a good time. So all right, the cocktail queen coming in hot here. Thanks, Renee. Appreciate that. What we got here? Yeah, so it was nice when we did speaking of Renee, got to hang out with them for the day when we were doing our Jack Daniels pick. We got some awesome barrels. So I can't wait for those things to eventually end up in everybody's hands. Those are going to be some really fantastic whiskeys. We did actually end up with a Coy Hill rye. I think it was almost, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it was almost 139 proof. I think it was like 138.8, something like that. So yes, the cocktail queen or cocktail flexer. She's the master at using great whiskey. That's for sure. So this must be the $10 for him feeling bad that he had to be Tom's partner last night. So, but thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Last night was a ton of fun. It was just, I don't know, those things when you can have like kind of, just do things, be loose a little bit, have a good time. It's always a lot of fun. And again, we snuck that one out by 1 point. So it's not like it's not like we blew anybody away by any means, but it was, they were smelling things better than we were. And somehow we tasted something 1 point better. And I don't know, it was an awful lot of fun last night. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. What else we got? There's TJ. What's up, Toby? Thanks, brother. I appreciate that very much. Man, my wife's gonna have some work to do here in a few minutes, so I'm gonna have to give her the list. So thanks, guys. Smash that like. Yes, I appreciate it. That helps us out a lot. I know everyone says it loosely, but all the thumbs up and commenting and subscribing, it all helps more than you guys actually know. It's more than just hitting a little thumb up and all of that good stuff. So thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Good to see you, Girth. All right. Mr. Dorman, good to see you. Thanks, buddy. All right, let's try to speed this up a little bit. Mr. Blanchard, who I will see in a couple weeks on a Thursday, hopefully hitting the ball long and straight. Whether that's how it works, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. So what else we got here? Joey B. Cheers, Joey. Mr. Dorman coming in hot. So how old are you, Hock? 53 years old officially tomorrow. But yeah, tonight was the live stream night, so didn't want to change that. Had some stuff going on tomorrow anyway. And yeah, so here we are. But let's get into this thing here a little bit more. And let me write this down, and hopefully she will. Okay. Let's see. I think we're almost caught up. So, Mr. Erickson, we said hi. Cannot wait for that. Yes, I can't agree with you more, Renee, on that one. Fantastic whiskeys. What else we got here? And then, yeah, tonight what we'll do is, all right, Brad Tanica, thank you. Happy birthday, Scott. Had a great time with you in Bardstown last part. So, yeah, we'll be doing that again in October. We're trying our hardest right now to finalize some details from Heaven Hill and then a couple of other things we're working on with the Trail Hotel. So we're just trying to get all of these things wrapped up as much as possible and get some details so that we can finally get some tickets and stuff sold. So as much as we would like to be able to release ticket stuff right now, we're kind of unable to because we just don't know all of the financials or any of that stuff quite yet. So as soon as we know that, we will we'll get the tickets and stuff on sale. And everybody, I know people jumped on the hotel stuff, but it will be, I think, October 17th and 18th. It's that week, that Friday, Saturday, things along those lines. So oh, I'll tell you, this guy. I don't think that's what I asked for, so I'm pretty sure I won't be getting that. So we'll see. Until then, you're just gonna have to deal with the misspelling. You all get it, that's for sure. So, but again, thanks guys. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, having some fun tonight. We'll do like three different giveaways. Again, we got the cast strength Frey Ranch, the 101 wild turkey pick that we did. Again, these are all going to be M&J picks. One of the extras that I have for both of those. And then we'll kind of taste through the newest from 13th Colony, give you guys an idea and see if we can get ahead of that so that you have a little idea of if whether or not that is something you want to entertain. Now, what I will say about this is their rye whiskeys to me are maybe the best thing that they do. Now, I know, again, that's subjective and their double oaks are absolutely fantastic, but there's been even their just regular rye whiskey release to me is a little step up from the bourbon. As much as I like just their kind of $40 bourbon, their $40 rye is absolutely fantastic. And I would say if you can get it and you haven't, it's worth the 40 or 45 bucks period. I think they're absolutely fantastic. So, and I could not agree more with this man right here, which is not something you're going to hear me say very often. And I'm pretty sure he's aware of that. So, but for tonight, Mr. J Sells and I are 100% on the same page. So, Mr. Lay can tell you a little bit more about 13th Colony as well. He's a huge fan kind of down that way. And I know I believe he visits the distillery quite often, but he's very familiar and he'll probably tell you a little bit. So, yeah, so I'll be tasting through this thing in a little while, but let me first raise a glass. I've blabbered here on for about 17 and a half minutes without even having a sip of anything. But again, cheers, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight with me on a Tuesday night. Thanks for all the super chats, all the well wishes, all of that means a ton that you guys, would do that. So cheers to everybody. Thanks, everyone. I'll tell you, there's something about that 101 rye. When we were there, the spice on this thing with that nice little sweet mint, some honey, sweet tea, beautifully balanced oak with this thing. I think that's really one of the things for me that made this thing come across the way it did. So somebody will have a chance to win the wild turkey tonight. And again, this is a sneaky one here. So this, I know it's all wrapped up and ready to go for you guys, and I have the other one open up. I should have brought it, but it's right over there. But it is it's kind of a strawberry cream. Like, I don't know. There's obviously the grain notes that you get with Frey Ranch, but there's this strawberry cream, and then the texture of it is very creamy as well. Just absolutely incredible. And again, like I said, a bit biased, but it's probably one of the top Frey Ranch, I'll say, cast strength bourbons that I've ever had. So to us, it came out absolutely fantastic and was exactly what we wanted. And we selected from, boy, it's been a while. I want to say, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 samples. So it was quite a bit. We had them on with us, and it was a fun, really fun night. So Nicholas, cheers, buddy. $10 super chat. Let me get you on here real quick. Appreciate that very much. It says, happy birthday, Hock. Go. Ouch. Yes, I'll say rest in peace to maybe one of the best second basemen ever, Ryan Sandberg. I remember being a youngster back in the day, watching a lot of the Cubs stuff on WGN. And it was one of the things before a lot of the cable stuff that we were able to, all right, you got the accountant, the list of stuff now. So I watched them a lot on WGN. It was one of the like kind of only non-cable type of, or yeah, I believe it was non-cable at the time when I was living in New Jersey. And yeah, I mean, it was a lot of the Cubs and White Sox that were on all the WGN stuff. So I got a chance to watch a lot of Ryan Sandberg. Not sure how I didn't end up with Actually, the two we watched a lot network was WGN and I think TBS, which was the Braves. So anyway, sorry to take you down memory lane right there. So all right, let's see here. Let me do this. Hang on, I gotta say something to the wife real quick. She can't hear me, so I was gonna tell her to mark a couple more down. So if you're hang on one sec. All right, we got it all situated. She just got home. So um anyway, so all right, Jeremy, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Happy birthday. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, Adam, the Frey Ranch, it really is the texture of it was one of the things I think that got us a lot, and it's a fantastic one. So cheers, Randall. I appreciate that. Happy birthday. And as what my wife would say, you sexy SOB. I'll take it. I'll take that from you, Randall. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that very much. Corey, thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Like I said, I don't know if you saw or maybe you referenced it before, but I sent you an email, so just check that before. So you are in it to win it. I appreciate that very much. Yes, he was definitely a fantastic man. I'll tell you, 65 years old. That's a young young man, too young to be passing away of cancer. That's for damn sure. So there you go. See, I remember watching a lot of those WGN. Was it WGN? Yeah, broadcast by Harry Carey. Yep. See, us old guys remember all that stuff. So, all right, Randy, what do you got? Happy birthday, brother. Can't stay long if I want to hang out with you Thursday, but wanted to drop in and wish you happy. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, Thursday we'll be doing a little virtual tasting with the people at Cedar Ridge. So looking forward to that very much. So, not quite yet. So, all right, let me have one more little sip of this. We'll kind of bust into this, but yeah, if you guys have any questions, man, tonight's just going to be a loose kind of fun night. Looking forward to just sitting here chatting with you guys, having a couple pours and having a good time. So, yeah, this one has been one. Man, that thing just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, it's a lot of sweet tea. I wouldn't say that's something I get maybe all that often on a rye. It's on the sweeter side, no doubt about that, but the spice and oak really balances that stuff out like perfectly. And again, when we tasted these, we were tasting them again a little bit proofier, having them proof down. So we would try to do our best with maybe a little bit of water to get an idea of what it would kind of taste like, see if it would hold up. It's kind of a baseline. You don't really totally know what that's going to be, but it did not end up losing, I'll say, really much of its character from when we got to taste it at barrel strength. So I don't know. We'll see how it kind of continues to open up. It's been probably a couple months now since I've even had a chance to give that thing a try. So I'm glad I got back into it a little bit. So I'm creeping up on it. That's for sure, SVP. So if anybody hasn't seen Paul P or met Paul in person, if anybody watches Sports Center and knows who Scott Van Pelt is, that is literally, you say doppelganger, but it couldn't be. I mean, they're like twins. I'm just telling you that right now. But Paulie P is a great guy. He's just a good dude. So not much else I can say. So good guy to hang out with and great for the whiskey community and all of that. So breach. Exactly. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate that, buddy. I'm not even drunk and I'm already saying nice things about Paul. Kind of odd feels. So, all right, let's get into this. Let's pour this thing. Also, I guess for you M&Jers, in a couple weeks, not this Friday, but the following Friday, we got our amazing Bardstown bourbon, and we also have our soft red wheat. This thing just landed today, so looking forward to getting into that. Look at that color on those. I'll tell you, the Ben Holiday stuff, they're doing some absolutely amazing things. So one of the bottles I think I've been looking forward to getting for quite a while since we were there. I always look forward to getting there. There's a few distilleries that I always look forward to and getting those whiskeys into people's hands. Let that thing open up a little bit. So open this thing up this morning. But yeah, like I said, there's a few brands out there, maybe some even the smaller ones. As good as the big ones are to do, the semi smaller or even really small ones are always a lot of fun. I mean, the amount of time you get to spend with the people that are there that are truly doing a lot of not only the distilling, like Cedar Ridge comes to mind. You're meeting with guys and hanging out with Murphy Quint, great guy. I mean, he's the American single malt master. I mean, so those are the kind of things you get, that really nice experience of just being able to hang out and it be very, very personal. And it's one thing that I'll say, at least personally, that I appreciate with doing some of the smaller ones. So, don't get me wrong, I still like doing the big ones as well, but you get that kind of little more personal touch on some of the small ones. So, yep, Adam Dorman was part of that, and the Jack pick. So he's had his hands and into a lot of good stuff, that's for sure. So, what else we got? So let's see what else is going on. Do you guys have any questions? What do you guys have for me? And let me know what you've got in your glass. I would love to know what you're maybe sipping on tonight. This other thing here, this is, I know it's hard to really tell. Let's get it close. Maybe if it'll pop up. This is that Kentucky Owl Batch 13 that they released. I was kind of surprised to have gotten an email asking if I would consider like trying this batch 13, because I thought really that I thought they were like completely like out of business and really weren't producing anything else. I don't know if this is them just liquidating and getting rid of some of their more recent batches, or batching some of the whiskey that they had remaining. But the Kentucky Owl Batch 13 is a blend of a 4-year, 2 5-years, an 8-year, and a 9-year. So all bourbons coming in at 113.6. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe the MSRP on this is either $299 or $399. So I'll crack that thing here in a little bit and see what that's like. You know what? Let me just do this right now. I'm going to pour it and then set it aside and see if any airtime does anything at all for that. Let's set that right over here for right now and just see exactly what a little bit of airtime does for that. So, but not sure. Have no idea how that's going to be. Haven't had a Kentucky Owl, honestly, since some of their very, very first ones when Dixon Dedman was still really doing a lot of the blending. So I mean, that tells you how long it's been since I've had really much or any Kentucky Owl. So let's see here. What did I miss? Paul says, are you thinking the JD picks out later in fall, August? Oh man. Yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance we get those in fall. Yeah, maybe winter with those. I don't know how quickly they'll get to those things being bottled or not. So hopefully it'll be this year. That would be nice. So. All right, MBSR. What am I missing here? Drinking MBSR. What am I? All right, someone help me out. I'm like drawing a blank. MBSR. Sorry, Jeff. All right, Ethan, what do you got? Having a glass of. We have the deets. Oh, best larceny I've had. All right, cool. I appreciate that. That's that was one of. I'll tell you what. I'm again a little bit biased, but I think for what that thing offered, it was probably one of the best textured and better balanced larcenies that I've had. Again, I've not had many of the larceny barrel proof single barrels, so there's a big difference between that and the batch product. So not a big not a big reference point for single barrel larceny stuff. So glad you're enjoying that. So there you go, 2025 Bombergers. How is it, John? Let me know what you thought. So um, Top Jimmy sent me something the other day about those two, the Shanks and the Bombergers, and I passed. I'm not. Maybe I made a mistake. Um, I I thought I thought those were maybe released a while ago, but maybe I was thinking of something else. I'm not sure, but oh God, should I even answer this question? I have a question. Does the brew crew make a trade? Bolster their lineup, something else needs some I would probably say yes, and there's probably a good chance that they do something would be my guess. Hopefully they don't give away the farm, but that's the short answer. You can always text me for the long answer. Oh, thanks, CJ. Michter's barrel strength dry. Okay, thank you very much. That makes sense. Um, all right, Brad Danica, what do we got? Sipping on a 10-year, 6-month rare character single barrel. Can't go wrong with that. We've been trying to do stuff with rare character for who knows. We are trying to work on our maybe early-ish part of September trip to Virginia to do a pick with Jay West of the Reveries or Sherrod Poor, as a lot of you guys may know him. So thanks, CJ. Happy birthday, Scott. It is today or coming soon. Actually, tomorrow. So thanks, brother. Yes, definitely hit the like button, the thumbs up. It does a lot for us. So appreciate it. So let's dive into the 13th colony. So, and again, if you have any questions, hit me with that. Let me know your thoughts. Let me give a little sip of some water. A little parched, man. It's hotter than hell here. That's for sure. I mean, today was like, I don't know, 100 degrees or something. It was hot. So I'll say due to YouTube stupidity, I only finally got to streaming. Oh boy. I'm not sure what's going on there. Come on, Coatsy. What's going on, brother? Let's see, Paul. What do you got? All those four gates. Which one would you consider birthday pour, i.e., real special? Man, one of the ones that kind of comes to mind is my bottle's not even open. I had like maybe a couple pours of it, but it was the Indiana Foundation that they released. I believe it was a couple years ago. That was absolutely fantastic. What were a couple of the other ones? Um, yeah, I know the Bourbon Down Under was a fantastic one. I mean, probably for me, that one that's been probably the simplest that they've done, and maybe my favorite overall outside of the Kelvin collaborations. Those are always going to be buys for me. So if you see the Kelvin collaboration, whenever they are, they're always done very, very well. I mean, I think a lot of you guys understand by now what it is that Bill and Bobby do and how well they kind of pay attention to all of the different blends and things that they're working on allows them to really create some pretty incredible batches and finishes. But the Kelvin collaborations are always fantastic. But the one that probably stands out to me as the most, and maybe their simplest, was the Kelvin 60. That thing was just it was an absolutely fantastic or incredible bourbon, period. And I'd say that's probably worthy of a special kind of birthday pour. I would say that Kelvin 60 was that good to me, but they've done a spot on job. And to be honest, I guess selfishly, I can't wait for them to start releasing some more things. Hopefully this year. I know they're working on some stuff. Hopefully this year, or maybe as we start getting into 2026, things will start to change, kind of start to bounce back a little bit more. Feels like the market's kind of coming back a little bit more. People are, I think, getting kind of used to this economy that we're in, and maybe it stays like this for a little bit. But overall, I think we're in for, I don't know. I think just more good whiskey coming before too much longer. So all right, what do we got here? Yeah, Kelvin 60 was a monster, that's for sure. Yeah, their foundation, Indiana Foundation, was a good one. All right, so let's dive into the 13th colony. So again, let's see, let's give you some details on this. This is the little spec sheet that they sent. So 120.7 proof, aged between 4 and 6 years old. It is a 95.5. I believe this is their own rye now. Let's see if James is if Mr. Lay is still in here. Nope, distilled in Indiana. So it is still the MGP. So I thought there was one of them that was going to be their stuff, but maybe this just isn't it yet. So I don't know if James Lay is still in here or not. He can probably give us a better idea of exactly what this one is. Oh yeah, it is the there he is. It is the MGP. I thought for sure this was kind of starting to get into their whiskey. Um, do you know offhand if they're starting to or will be producing any of their own ryes anytime soon? I wasn't sure if they were going to be introducing anything with their actual stuff that they're distilling there at the distillery or not. So, let's see. All right, what's Blanchard got here? Just found. Oh, it's found. Just finished a pour of the Knob Creek 12 after a round at the Scarlet course at OSU. Always a solid shelfer. Couldn't agree more. I wish they would. I wish they would release more of the Knob Creek 12 cast strength. Those were incredible, incredible bottles, and probably one of the better values to be honest. So, but yeah, you can't go wrong with a Knob Creek 12, and I believe that's what 100 proof, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, that holy cannoli was a special one, Tom. That was still probably to date one of the better picks that we've done. I'll say overall, going into that pick, it was one of those things where we thought we wanted a bourbon and we ended up with a rye that was really had the characteristics of really both a bourbon and rye, and it turned out fantastic. And that's what we ended up with. So, all right, let's dive into this thing. Oof, man, that's a lot of like brown sugar, that's for sure. You always get this one thing with, and I don't know why I wasn't picking it up last night, but there's always one thing that I have a tendency to pick up with 13 Colony is a lot of this kind of like pecan pie. There's something about it. It's a very distinct kind of note that they have. And that's still one of the things that jumps, out of the glass like right away. Hmm. You do always get a little bit of the let's just, kind of that heat. I mean, that heat does absolute wonders on some of those whiskeys. I mean, obviously them being down there, and if anyone isn't familiar with kind of their, I'll say their rick house or their barrel house, it's connected to the distillery as well. And it's only maybe about, I don't know, I'm gonna say 30 feet tall. I think it was an old, if I'm not mistaken, again, I think it was an old like mattress warehouse factory, and the large area has a kind of big metal roof, but a back corner was kind of built into the ground. So if there's any area that's maybe going to be cooler, it would be there. So if you're going to try to control anything as much as possible, it would be there. So if you did want to rotate things there, you could maybe slow down some of the aging there. But it wasn't a huge area to be able to kind of maximize some of that kind of controlling of the weather. But again, I mean, it's hotter than heck down there in America's Georgia. And yeah, they have to do some controlling, but there's something about their whiskeys, even if they get them from MGP and bring them back there's something that changes that profile a lot. Like you wouldn't even know that was a rye from MGP. It has changed that much with that aging that they have there in Georgia. So no, it's not from the menthol. I made sure to not put that on tonight, so I wasn't getting any crazy nosing notes. So can't blame it on the Ben Gay tonight. That's for sure. So Ben Gay, I haven't said that in a long time. Um, what else we got here? Let's see. Um, What else? All right, what do you got, CJ? So I think their ryes are great, but their whiskey bourbon is lacking. I guess it's probably one of those things where I think what it is that profile. Again, I'm not sure, CJ, if you've had some of the barrel strength ones, and maybe you have, maybe you've had them all. I'm not sure, but I mean, I still think they're pretty full bodied. Like they have a lot of their own kind of characteristic. I mean, to me, again, I would agree with you. I think the ryes probably stand out a little bit more than the bourbon. There's a little more kind of richness and kind of character to those. But I'm still a fan, and I even like their whatever it is, 95 proofers or whatever they are, both the bourbon and rye. I think they're absolutely fantastic. So I don't know. Again, to each their own, and you drink what you like. That's at the end of the day, that's just the way it is. So yeah, that's probably true. Some other people are probably like, "What in the world does this old guy even mean?" I've never even heard of anything called Bengay before. Not any kind of not something that you. I know it's gonna sound bad, but something that you rub on your body. That's still. It's. I'm still not helping myself out here with that anyway. But look at Coatsy. All right, you're not that far behind me. You're not that far behind me. You know exactly what that stuff is. So, um, Girth, he's definitely used some Bengay. Big guy like that, he's got a lot of rubbing and stuff to do on that body. Keep him limber. That's for sure. He can only do so many choke slams without some Bengay getting rubbed on you once in a while. That's for sure. All right, let me dive into this thing. I got as far as the nose, and that was it. So, hmm. Yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, it's got this rich, like almost, again, that kind of pecan note that's there. The the kind of like rye grain that you get is there, but it feels like, whoa, it feels like their kind of like terroir from a standpoint of like what the heat does there from that. Oh man, I love that like kind of pecan pie note that it has. I really want this thing to open up more is what I want it to do. So really nice chocolate note. It's almost a little bit of a rich like malt ball chocolate kind of note to that as well. The mint that's there is a very kind of like almost strong, not strong in terms of it dominating the overall um like the menthol part of it, but it's a richer like mint or spearmint note, but more subtle. It's more intense but subtle, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So thanks, brother. Appreciate that, Lance. Cheers to you, brother. What else we got here? There's Dano. Good to see you, buddy. Appreciate that. Not sure more companies aren't aging their distillate in Georgia. Maybe a possibility. That's for sure. I mean, there's some of that heat. It can. You just have to be able to manage that. I think that's the biggest issue with a lot of those distilleries is being able to control it. Same thing applies to Texas, Florida, things that are aged down there. You have to just be very cognizant of what that heat does. I think personally, from an overall standpoint, it feels like still Austin does maybe the best job of really kind of figuring all of that out and then blending all of those components to make those whiskeys absolutely delicious. They're a new 100 proof rye whiskey that they just released not long ago. Shameless plug. I did a review of that, so check that out. But it was probably one of the better 100 proof. I dare even say 100 proof. It's one of the better ryes I've had in some time. I mean, the how it was all blended, and it didn't drink like 100 proof whiskey. It drank above its proof, but the richness and complexity all worked extremely, extremely well. So nowadays it's biofreeze. I probably have some of that too. So All right, Kevin, I'm catching you. I'm 56 and Bengay goes you back. I'm telling you, us old timers, we know what some good old Bengay could do for you. That is for sure. So who doesn't like good Bengay jokes? That's for sure. All right, Mr. Johnson, you are in it to win it. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that very much. Mr. Sean McQueen, thank you, brother. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Thanks again. Sean was nice enough to do a couple samples of the which one did we just do recently? My God, there's the old memory going right there. It was one of the ones we did not long ago, but oh man, what was it? Oh, that was our Buckners. So we did our the Buckners, the kind of almost hazmat ones. Thank you very much. The Augusta stuff. Yeah, when we did those, a lot of people weren't able to get their hands on it. So Sean was nice enough to donate a couple samples. We got all those out to, I think we gave away like 6 or 7, maybe even 8 samples of those. So a lot of people had a chance to try some of that who didn't get a bottle. So, all right, let's get into this and see exactly what the taste on this one is. Cheers, guys. Oof, man. My first, man, that is very, very good. Holy cow. The spice, good heat, lingering finish. Like it's got this heat, but it's full of flavor. Like I mentioned before, that spearmint is there, but it's a richer, it's like a more of like a fresh spearmint than it would be like some kind of fake mint or something along those lines. Chocolate. I'll say there's a little hint of like a slight root beer, kind of herbal characteristic, but nothing from a grainy standpoint. Remember, this is still MGP, so you're still going to get a lot of the characteristic of that, but that heat is changing the profile of this MGP. I'll say significantly. A lot more chocolate, a lot more brown sugars, molasses. It is a very, very rich. And what is the MSRP on this thing? I don't know. I think it's like maybe 79 or 89 bucks, something like that. I thought I saw there's something in here. Let me just double check real quick. But I'll tell you what, for under 100 bucks, this cast strength rye, even at that age, even if it's 6 years old, at less than 100 bucks, don't think in terms of like value wise that you're not going to get your money's worth. You're 100% going to get your money's worth on that one. I don't see. Oh, here it is. All right. Sorry, it's right on the same card. Yeah, 89 to 99. So yeah, basically 90 to 100 bucks. MSRP looks like it's going to be their allocation is 15 states plus online retailers, Sealbox and Bourbon Outfitters. And I think this is going to start dropping sometime in the early part of August from what I remember. So let's see what else we got. Yes, good point. Yeah, you really don't want to get hung up on ages. I would say depending on where they're coming from, when you start getting honestly above that 4-year mark, obviously, rise at younger ages, taste more developed. Again, there's some factors that play into it, but if they're done really, really well, you can start to get into some really fantastic rye whiskeys at younger ages. Not trying to compare that to like bourbon ages. So, couldn't agree with you more. Cheers, brother. Smash that like button. I appreciate that, guys. All right, David's got the new single barrel from Take. All right, I'll probably be seeing him in the first part of September. We'll be out in Virginia doing our pick out there. Looking forward to that a lot. So some of those Reveries barrels, he's got sitting around people are the hype is building. The hype is building. So that's something to definitely something to consider. If you've not kind of tried anything, I'd say maybe give something a try. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by some of the whiskeys he's produced. So yeah, I don't know if they've shipped or not yet, Jay. Could be soon, but what else we got here? All right, there we go. They're gonna get out. Usually he's pretty good. I think Jay does a pretty good job of getting things out. So there you go. So Roger's getting his tomorrow. So a lot of stuff going on. So you guys will get them pretty soon. I guess depending on your location, then I think they try to get those things out as much as possible. So there you go, Tom. Let me know how you enjoy that one. So I think there's a lot of good things coming for Jay and his brand. That's for sure. So looking forward to that quite a bit. But man, I'll tell you what, this is a really, really nice rye. I mean, if this blends again a 4 and 6 year old ryes, coming from a hot state, MGP, little bit of what it is that's happening there in Georgia is affecting the profile of this. I'm gonna say a fair amount. It is a little bit, I don't want to say different because sometimes when you say different, people think then that means bad, and it's not that whatsoever. I think it's an absolutely fantastic rye whiskey, and probably even just tasting a couple of sips, it feels like one of the better ryes I've had in some time. But I think as this bottle opens up, in real fairness, you got to give this thing a couple weeks to really open up, settle in, and see where it is. I wouldn't want to do any kind of review of this right now, only because of this thing being, again, a fresh crack right now. And I think something like this truly will need a little bit of airtime before it kind of really starts to shine. So man, more vanilla starting to come out, a little bit of a pastry, and again, chocolate, brown sugar, a little bit of spicy sweet tea. Still like the herbal character that it has to it. It just kind of almost enhances the overall kind of complexity of everything. So I think for $100, let's just say $100, I think it's 100% worth buying. I would say that it's a really spot on. Proof feels really nice. So I think they've got a lot of good things going for it with this release. So it'll be interesting. How many bottles is this? I don't know if they said. Let's see if it says on here. I thought maybe it would have the total bottle count just has the age or the year on that. So I don't see I'm just trying to get an idea for what the bottle count would be on this one so that people had a better idea of if they could expect to kind of get one or not. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't see anything. But I mean, again, 15 states plus, plus online stuff. I mean, it makes it pretty doable to, in order to get your hands on some of these things these days. So again, I'd say for $100, quick little kind of tasting notes on that. I think it's 100% worth $100. Definitely in today's day and age, they probably could charge more and they would still get it, and it wouldn't be any problem. So that's, I'll tell you what, that's always the way it was for me. So last week when I was doing, or 2 weeks ago, doing the live stream, I was out there with all my stuff, and my neighbor all of a sudden decided he wanted to mow, and he's retired. And I'm like, man, you really waited until like 7 o'clock to mow your lawn on a Tuesday night? Like, come on, man. But what are you gonna do? So all right, so 50 to 60 barrel blend. So let's see, quick math. So let's see, even if they've got, let's just say 200, All right, so not that big. So let's just say it was 1,200 bottles. Would that be right? 60 barrels. Let's just say a 50, 60 barrel blend, 200 barrels, 200 bottles per barrel, 1,200. Is that right? Is that good math? 6,500. Oh, 6,500. Man, am I not doing math right? 212. Oh, no. Yeah, that'd be 12,000, not 1,200. My God. I don't know. Whatever. Good old math. All right, let's do this one. Before let's give you an idea if if Kentucky Owl Batch 13 is worth, I don't know, I think it's 300 or 400 bucks. I don't know. Either way, it's a lot for whiskeys that are a 4 year, 5 years, an 8 and 9 year. And they had a pretty big blender, I think, doing these things who was pretty well known. Yes, I do need the abacus. But yeah, there was the person who was doing the blending for him. I forget his name, but apparently is really well known for blending. But yeah, I don't know. Like, what was the proof on this thing? 113.6. So if they age stated it, oof, it'd have to be 4 years. If they age stated, I would never put an age statement on this thing. All right, let's see what this is. All right. Little nutty there. Kind of some vanilla buttercream. Not getting a lot. There is a nice little spice to it, but I wouldn't say it seems very just kind of tried and true on the nose. Not a lot jumping out to me so far, but let's see what it's like on the palate. Creamy, but the one thing that's jumping out to me right away, little heavy on the corn side, but there's also this citrusy note that's kind of really jumping out to me on this. Almost a little bit like a lemon lime with a little bit of like kind of orange twist on it. It feels, in all honesty, a little more cocktaily than anything. There's something about it that almost is getting into that what feels like a cocktail in a glass type of feel. So I don't know if that's the combination of maybe some of the younger and older whiskeys doing their thing, and maybe that's when he blended it, maybe that's what he was kind of going for. But yeah, that's interesting. I wouldn't say the finish is overly long, but you do get a slight lingering corn note to it. But you know what? Yeah, because even when you smell it, there's that heavy kind of like lemon lime citrus is starting to kind of jump out a little bit too, but a little bit more of a corn presence on this one. You know, it's not I mean, it's pretty decent, but again, the biggest thing is going to be that price point. You know, is this a even if it's 299? No, it's not a $300 whiskey. There's not that kind of, I mean, the 13th Colony, I know they're two completely different things, but this for 100 and that for 300, I'd buy 3 of these, you know, every day of the year versus one of those. It's that much of a difference. But, you know, again, trying to sell that for 300 bucks or 350, or I thought I've even seen some for like 399 or whatever it may be. But yeah, that price point is going to be, especially in today's day and age, this market. It's tough. But yeah, to Marty's point here, yeah, I mean, this thing probably needs to be let's just say in today's day and age, it would need to be sub. I'm gonna say sub 100. It probably needs to be that, and maybe honestly even closer to probably closer to that $75 range. Again, you're not dealing with ultra aged whiskey. So for them to even justify that at $300 with those ages, they've probably been sitting on these barrels for, I'll say, a considerable amount of time. So them having to get that premium probably just isn't, it's not even justified. So I mean, I think, the unfortunate thing here is I think what Stoli did in buying them, you know, they probably ruined the brand. I hate to say that, but I mean, Kentucky Owl had this prestige to them for a while, and that's kind of unfortunately gone, out the window. Their price points have always been higher. People back in the day were able to or wanted to justify paying that because of what I think you were getting, especially when Dixon Deadman was doing a lot of the blending. But now, still charging those kind of prices for those ages. I mean, you've got 2 5 years, a 4 year blended in with 8 and 9. I don't know. It'd be extremely, extremely difficult to justify, that price. So I don't know how they're doing it. So cheers, Ethan. I appreciate that. Happy birthday, Scott. Enjoy yourself tomorrow. Thanks, buddy. I think I'm gonna try to get out and weather dependent, play some golf. Was considering going to the Brewers Cubs game, but looks like that thing's pretty much sold out, which I kind of already figured. So and they just turned a double play. So thank you, Cubs. So all right, so let's see. Thanks, Ethan. Appreciate that very much, though. What else we got? So, all right, where are we at? An hour. All right, let's do this. So, I will get a hold of the wife here in a second. I'll have her send me an email with all the names. We'll throw all those in a randomizer. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes if anybody wants to get into it. We will do the drawing. So again, we'll have right here one of the Wild Turkey 101 Rise single barrel M&J pick, and the other one is going to be one that is a shocker. Man, the cork on this thing probably weighs 10 pounds. It's so darn heavy. But anyway, this is our Frey Ranch pick that we did. Absolutely fantastic. That creamy strawberry note is so fantastic. That mix really well. I shouldn't say mixes, blends really well with a little bit of their terroir, their grain that they have. It's an interesting profile. If you've not tried it, this will give you a good idea of what, in my opinion, one of the better Frey Ranch picks kind of tastes like. So, and then with the other one, we'll do the 5 sampler will be basically any 5 of our M&J picks that we've done. I'll put together a sample pack of those. So if there's things that you either missed or have heard about, whatever it may be, I will do my best to, as long as I got a bottle of it still, I will, I'll throw a 5 sample pack together and send that off to you. So we'll get that stuff going here pretty soon. So if anybody wants to get into that before we wrap her up, I appreciate it. So, and if anybody did send PayPal or Venmo, my wife has been monitoring that, so she'll put all that stuff in there as well. So, thanks, Raj. Appreciate that, buddy. We've got the accountant / wife in the background doing her magic, so she'll put all that stuff together here pretty soon. I'll just have her come in and let me know when she sends an email, and I'll get all those names transferred into the Wheel of Integrity. Got the wheel ready to go. Load those names in and we'll be good to go. So like I said, so we'll be next Tuesday. I've got some things going on. Actually, we'll be going to our local, our big, like, kind of state fair here. So that will be, it's always a fun time. Get there, have some good food, some beverages, have a good time with some friends and all that. So always look forward to that. And then the following Tuesday in 2 weeks, we'll be down at Wild Turkey doing our pick there. Then I'll be at Jason's for a few days. We'll do a live stream together on his channel, and Sure we'll have a good old time. We'll figure out something that will be entertaining, that's for sure. So it's always good when he and I are able to do a live in person together. We always have a good time. Um, and then Thursday, do some golf. We'll be with Mr. Rob Blanchard. We'll do a little bit of that, and we'll kind of get into a little more fun. But yeah, I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. I appreciate all the support. You guys are awesome. You hang out on Tuesday nights and watch the videos and comment and do all those things. So it means more to me than you guys know. So all of that stuff and seeing a lot of familiar faces and really the best part of really doing things within the club is being able to do things and meet people and all of that. So that's all been, the best part of it, and is one of the real cogs that kind of keeps me wanting to do, all of this stuff, so it's just something that I enjoy. And when we're able to do things and meet new people, that's awesome. Or hang out with other people we've already done. And that's, again, with our event, this will be our third year doing it. This year at Heaven Hill, it'll be a pretty awesome time. Get to meet, some people we've already met, hopefully some first timers. That will be absolutely fantastic. So it's one of the things I look forward to every year. And then doing all the barrel picks is great. So all right, Corvette Trey, thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Thanks for the happy birthday wish. Chip, thanks for the $10 super chat. You are in it to win it. Thank you, sir. We'll get that going here in a second as soon as the wife sends anything. So exactly. Oh, the only thing that's going to keep me awake after this is going to be watching the end of the Brewer game. So looking forward to that. And I think, oh, yep, we just went up 3-1. So a little double there by there we go. Look at this stuff. And we're kind of pouring it on here. Let's see how that goes. So don't mean to rub that into any Cubs fans' faces, but sorry, not sorry. So love baseball, always have. Probably one of my favorite things to watch outside of football, and it is what it is. So let me see what we've got here. Let's see. All right, Jay, what do you got? So how far are we looking for the tickets? So I kind of addressed that before. Hopefully, by the time I get down to Jason's in a couple weeks, we've got more answers. As soon as we know everything from a financial standpoint that we're getting back from Heaven Hill for food and just everything else that's going to be going on there, plus the thing that we're hoping to do at the Trail Hotel in Bardstown. We'll put all that stuff together and hopefully get tickets on sale and get those things out ASAP. I know a lot of people have hotel rooms reserved. If you haven't, I would jump on things there in Bardstown. I know there's the Fairfield Holiday Inn, and I think a lot of us are staying at the Fairfield, which is sold out. I mean, if you can get something, you can check, but it's going to be October 17th and 18th, I believe. So we'll be our event will be Friday night at Heaven Hill, and then Saturday our kind of downtown Bardstown event, getting people again downtown like we did last year to enjoy all that. Hopefully get people to the new Trail Hotel, which is incredible. If you guys look it up in Bardstown, Kentucky, the new Trail Hotel, it is fantastic. If you're a bourbon person, obviously you're going to love this thing. They will treat you well, I'll tell you that. So it's a absolutely fantastic hotel that they've turned into, like, I don't know. It's just kind of par for the course for like what Bardstown has been doing with just curating all of these bourbon centric kind of places, and this falls right in line with that. So yeah, La Quinta. So yeah, Marty will be there, or Jason's stepdad will be there, staying at the La Quinta. So if you guys are looking to hang out with Marty and Jason's mom, they'll probably be holding down the La Quinta like they did last year. So Bucky. I'll have to ask the wife. I'm not sure we have bunk beds or not, but I'll see. We'll see. Let's see what we got here. All right, so we got all the, let's see, Venmos have come in. I know she's checking all that stuff. There we go. Okay. All right, she didn't do it right. All right. All right. I gotta get her to put all these in the names, not the time for it. It doesn't help me any. All right, let's see. Let me call her real quick. Um, I'll tell you, the hired help. All right, technical difficulties, everybody. We're getting back to the drawing board here. We got to get some different names and stuff put in. So we got retally everything. So you're stuck with me for a couple more minutes. So well, she just got back from like doing some yoga stuff, and now she's unfortunately she's been given the task of monitoring the Venmo, PayPal, super chats, all that other stuff, and get all the names entered so I can get it entered in there right. So unfortunately her reward isn't very much. So yeah, bedtime's coming before too much longer for me, nap time or whatever. So I don't think so. I don't think so. I forgot to be. Oh, hopefully I didn't. Hopefully I did. If I did, I apologize. um, all right, Ed, what do you got? So Ed, we met Ed last year. So I know Ed made the long trek from, I believe it was Colorado, if I'm not mistaken. So he's the grill master, cigar master, whiskey master, all those good things. Oh, SoCal. Yeah, that's what it was. Even further, for crying out loud. So I know he made the trek, and we appreciate it. And that's awesome that people are willing to, get in a vehicle from Southern California and drive all the way to Bardstown, Kentucky for whatever the thing is. And that right there is the kind of, support that is incredible. It's what this whiskey community day after day kind of continues to step up doing. And that's just, amazing. And I think people are, drawn to a lot of other people that have a lot of the same interest. And our bottle shares, that we do on Friday night, that's a pretty epic evening. I'll say that. It's one of the best things about the whole entire event. As simple as it sounds, everybody kind of gathers at the one hotel. People bring bottles, and we're up until the very early morning. This past year, the only reason that thing got broken up was about, I'm gonna say it was between 2 and 3 in the morning. Finally, the person at the front desk said, "Hey, are you guys gonna be wrapping this thing up anytime soon?" And there were probably, I don't know, I'm gonna say there still must have been 75 or 100. I don't know. Maybe it was less than that. Maybe it was 50 or 75, but it looked like a lot of people. And a good half of them probably would have stayed up even several hours more. It was just you know, I don't know if Ed was part of that. He may have been. I know he was back in the corner of Big Vic and all the other guys and Tommy D. And it was just, I'll tell you what, it was a hell of a night. Surprisingly, everything went over without a hitch. For the event on, I don't know, that would have been Thursday night. So Friday, when we were doing our stuff Friday, the bottle share was Thursday night at the hotel. We did another one, I believe, on Friday night as well. But the epic one, both of them were pretty incredible. That's for sure. They're so good that I'm mixing up the two darn dates. But it is worth going. If you guys have not, we're limiting it to about, I'm going to say between 100 and 125. We're waiting on the final number for authorization in terms of what we're allowed to, but it'll be very much on par with what we did last year in terms of total kind of head count. So it is Mark because I'm not doing it. So my wife will be handling all of that. So we'll be good to go there. So Yeah, that was a heck of a trip, I'll tell you, that he took to get there. So, John, we'd love to have you. So that's the best part is get people who are new to this whole thing and get them into that environment, meet a lot of the great people that, that are on here, tonight and a lot of other streams and watch and support a lot of what a lot of us do, within this community. It's a pretty incredible thing. So Tom was there, Marty was there last year, Paul was there. Randall, were you there last year? I'm like drawing a blank. I thought Randall was there. JG was there. I don't know if that's gonna deter you from coming or not, but don't let that. Don't let that. So let's see. All right, got a couple more things coming in here. Just waiting on the final names to be tallied and come in, and I'll get that thing spinning away. Yeah, Roger was there. I don't know. I'll tell you what, that was the same thing for a lot of people. I'm sure there were people who struggled to remember what room they were in, where they were, what hotel they were in. It was it was a pretty good couple of nights. I mean, the event at Bardstown Bourbon Company last year was incredible. Great host. I mean, we had great food, great time, great whiskey. They did an absolutely incredible job. And hopefully this year, with Heaven Hill being on board, it'll be as good as last year. Last year was a very high bar to either beat or exceed. But I'll tell you, we're gonna do our best to try to make it a great 2 or 3 days for everybody. What else we got? Jay Sells was there. I don't know if Jay's going to be there or not this year. Jay, you going to be there? I don't think Adam was there last year. One day, nope, yeah, he wasn't there last year. Hopefully, one day you'll get there. I know for a lot of the guys that are doing a lot of the farming, I don't know if that's a great time or not. October, middle part of October, I'm sure that's probably something. I know Adam and TK kind of struggle. They are in the farming business, so it's a little difficult for them to get away to do all that. So, all right, sorry about that. Um, stop up. Might be a premium. There's a big premium on those things, so I wouldn't encourage selling them on StubHub though. But I'll tell you, it was one heck of a couple of evenings. So, Mr. O'Neill, good to see you, brother. Thanks for jumping in. I'm sure he's probably been burning the midnight oil. If anybody knows Will, he's a working man, that is for sure. So Will was there last year. A lot of people. Nicholas was there. There's a lot of people that are in here from all of this. So I don't know if I have my link or not that I can even get on here. Um I'll post some of that stuff. Maybe not right now. Once the stream's over, I'll go back in and post it, Marty, and see if I can get it. I don't know if I even have it handy not right now, but oh boy, John. I don't know. You bring her, man. There's a lot of people who bring their significant others who have an incredible time. I'll tell you that. I think there's people that aren't sure how the whole thing is going to go, and it turns into them meeting more incredible people. So, don't hesitate if you can, and you want to bring the wife or the significant other, you're more than welcome. You keep threatening us. I keep seeing you pop that stuff in there. You keep threatening a lot of us with that whole thing. So, heading down with Darrell again. All right, good to know. Good to know. Sounds like a bummer. What a dilemma that is. Either the Blitz or Ireland. What should I do? Completely understandable. So, Joey B, cheers, brother. I think Paulie will be there. He was there last year. Who else we got here? Yep, good old Will, man. I'll tell you, he was one of the troopers. I'll tell you that, man. Some of these guys were going and going. It was ridiculous. Timo. That's a good one. That's one of the better. That's one of the better ones there. So I'll see if I can find my link and then get that stuff in here. So I'll probably post some of that stuff in Patreon. I've had a few people ask for things. I'm gonna try to do a little refresh on some stuff too. Get some different things. If anybody has any ideas for stuff, shoot them my way. I'm happy to entertain if it should go on a shirt or not. I'm still considering the solidarity, considering how epic of a thing that was, but we'll see. All right, let's see. Did the wife get that to me yet? I think I'm gonna have to hire a new accountant or something next time. Don't look like I have it yet. You're stuck with me for a spell check t-shirt. I don't know if anybody wants that. Bourbon and spell check. Bourbon and spell check. That sounds like a bad one. So what about good vibes and bourbon? How's that one? Does that sound good? My bourbon journey. Here we go. Let me know. Sorry. Let me know if anyone's got good ideas. If we got some good ideas, then maybe I'll if I use the slogan or whatever it may be, I'll send you a free shirt for me being able to steal the idea. Oh yeah, watch out for Top Dog. He's got that finger ready to get on the block. I don't know if it'll be there, but yeah, Missouri could be a kind of a tough one, but you need some good hotel space, that's for sure. So but I don't know. We'll see. You know, there's been some other ideas floated around and all of that. Oh, jeez, I'll tell you. Some good ones. Ideas, lots. Good ideas. There we go. I'll tell you. That was bad, man, when DC made that thing with my body of a ham hock and with some pantyhose and high heels, and oh my god, that was like people had lost their minds. So oh, it's peak hunting season out west. All right, I don't know what are you guys hunting, like moose or something? I don't know what do you guys hunt out west? I'm guessing must be in the Pacific Northwest. I guess a lot of California could be good hunting territory, possibly. Hmm. Yeah, maybe we can consider thought about, I know, even like some of the stuff at Cedar Ridge, as much as they've got going on. They got a big event space which could be very conducive. I think there's a hotel or two that are close there. That was kind of a consideration, but yeah, you definitely need a hotel space. And then the other idea is to try to incorporate kind of day two into some more or fun things as well. So that's always an issue there as well. So let's see what else we got here. Moose. I don't know. Is there moose? I don't know. Is there moose out there or something? I don't know. Deer, obviously deer. Oh, bourbon. That's October though. September is usually the big month, isn't it? If I'm not assume elk. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like something like that, moose or elk or something. I don't know. Marty, I'll have to see. That's a pretty epic shirt, that the old Bob Ross that's on there. That was an epic one. I had the wig and stuff on last night, but that was a pretty epic t-shirt. I'm pretty sure people kind of dig that one. If you like me looking even dumber than I already look on your shirt with a Bob Ross, it's a pretty pretty horrific, but funny all at the same time. So there you go. Big mules. All right. Big mollies, mules. What is that? Big mollies? What is a molly? Am I missing something? I'm just used to buck and bucks, deer, um, turkey, a lot of pheasant, things like that. Yes, you got to show them. Our pictures were too small last night. Nobody could really totally see. It was kind of hard, but the shirt he had on was pretty epic. I just like to see him wearing a shirt. $100 for oh Jesus. Yeah, secondary value I see. So I'd pay for the Bob Ross shirt. Oh boy. I don't know if you want that, Ethan. It's a oh mule deer. Okay. I knew when you said before. That's what I kind of thought. So yes, I am a Wisconsin guy, so I understand what bratwurst and what you have to do to get venison before. So that's what I'm used to. Yeah, hunt some cheese curds, John. We get a lot of those. That's 12 months out of the year. We do a lot of cheese curd hunting around here. That's for sure. So, all right, let's see here. All right, I'm gonna have to put this thing on mute here again and see what in the world is going on. I got to get this show on the road. Hopefully, she didn't fall asleep on me or something. We'll be here all night before I get a chance to spin this thing. What else we got here? What else is going on? I'm trying to think, review wise, working on some things right now to get some other fun stuff out. So hopefully that will be coming too much before too much longer. Some more cigar content I'm kind of working on. A lot of that is just ends up being humidors, accessories, things along those lines. Other things that I really enjoy, like the little, kind of trinkets within the cigar industry, like all the lighters and cutters and all that good stuff. Big fan of all those things. So when I get a chance to do some reviews of those. A lot of those people are nice enough to always send you a lot of those things to do kind of reviews or stuff, and they kind of link back to that for people to purchase some of those things. So that's always fun. So, all right, let's see. Did she send that? No. Man, what's going on? Yeah, and this Thursday. All right, let me check that. All right. I didn't see a new one. There it is. Okay. Lot of names though. This is all the oh man, it's a lot of names. Thanks everybody. Let's get this stuff in there. We'll get the names. All right, let me throw that in here. All right. So we finally have the names in there. That was a lot. So let me go back. Let me make sure I've got everybody in here. Check the email. Okay, so we've got, I don't know how many names it is, but it's a lot. It's a lot of names. So all right, let me share the screen. All right, so the first one's going to be, let's do you guys tell me which one do we want to go with first? What Do we want to go with either the sample pack, the Frey Ranch, or the Wild Turkey? Which one do we want to have? The first name that's pulled can win whatever bottle. So again, either the Frey Ranch, Wild Turkey, or the sample pack. You guys let me know, and then that's what we'll do. We'll spin the wheel of integrity. So a bottle, it's 2 bottles. Come on, Jay. It's the Frey Ranch bottle, full 750. Wild Turkey 101 rye, single barrel on that, and then the sample pack. So Wild Turkey, we'll back. All right, Wild Turkey. All right, let's just do the. It looks like the consensus is probably going to be first. All right. So first up, let's do the shared screen. We'll do the Wild Turkey, Frey Ranch, and then the samples. We'll do that. So, let's just do the Wild Turkey one. So, all right, let me get on here. Let me share the screen. That's not it. There we go. All right, here we go. So you guys can hopefully, let me see, make sure we can see that. All right, looks like everybody can hopefully see that. You guys see the wheel? Let me know if you can see the wheel. Give me a thumbs up or something. So we got the wheel. There we go. Okay. Now we should be good to go. All right, you guys see that. So let's give it a spin. So this will be, I'm gonna do the shuffle. Let's just shuffle it a handful of times. We've got, as you can see, there's a lot of entries. So basically for each $5, it gives you your name in there once. So obviously if it was 20, you get your name in there 4 times. So, and so on. So everybody, we did all the, not only super chats, it was the PayPal and Venmo. So again, thanks everybody for all the support. Greatly appreciate it. So without further ado, let's do the shuffle 3 more times. Then once that person wins, they won't be eligible anymore. We will take their name out of the running to give the others a chance. So here we go. Good luck, everyone. This is for the Wild Turkey 101 rye. All right, who do we have as winner number 1? This thing feels about as rigged as rigging can be. So I'll tell you. All right, congrats, Mr. Marty. So whiskey, let me write this down. Wild Turkey 101 rye. All right, maybe I'll send that to him. So let's remove Mr. Marty Nose from there. Let's give it a shuffle 3 more times. 1, 2, 3. Spin away, and this is going to be for the Frey Ranch. Who do we got? Lucky winner is, I'll tell you, this guy. He used to win everything. So, all right, congrats, Jay. All right, gets the Frey Ranch. All right. Final one is going to be for, let's get his name out of there. So the final one is going to be for the sample pack of, as long as I got an M&J pick of it, you can have it. So we'll do a 5 sample of that. And yeah, so that'll be a fun one. So we can email whoever the winner of that one is. We'll figure out how we want to coordinate that. So let's do a shuffle 3 more times. 3. And here we go. Final winner of the evening gets the M&J 5 sample pack. Who's the lucky winner tonight? Polly P. All right, there you go. Big group tonight. So, man, tell you. So that's the 5 sample pack. All right, let me got all the names and everything written down. Congrats, everybody. And thanks again for everybody who participated and sent the Venmo and PayPal and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much. So let's see. Let me go back and see if I missed anything on that. Yeah, it does feel the epic wheel. All right. Now Marty's going to refer to that as the epic wheel. Congrats, bud, on the Wild Turkey. Yes, Ed, it does feel rigged. So What else we got here? Let Big Vic know. More rigging going on here, it seems like. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, smart. The number one smart ass won the Frey Ranch, that's for sure. So, but anyway, thanks everybody. I appreciate all of the happy birthdays and all of that. And again, all the support, that you guys share and offer. Huh? Why? What do you have? Oh, all right. The wife says we're gonna come up with something I don't know what it'll be. Maybe we'll do a couple mysteries. How about that? Let's do that. We'll do a mystery, whether it'll be bottles, samples. We'll figure it out. Let's just let's do a little more fun. Apparently, she wants me to get rid of more things, apparently. So let's do this again. So we got all right, let's share. That's not it. Let's share the screen. I guess we're gonna give away a couple more things. So let's share it again. We got we pulled Paul's name out of there. Let's see. So these will be mysteries. Whatever you guys get, you can tell me if you're mystery number one. This will mystery number two. This we're going to be for mystery number one. So let's see. I'll write this down. Mystery number one and number two. All right. So here we go. Mystery number one, and this will show up in the mail once I get the information from you. So good luck. Here we go. Mystery whiskey something or other. Number one goes to. What's up, Mark B? All right. All right, there you go. So, all right, Mark, you can send me an email. I'll pop up the email here once we're done with all this, so everybody can email me if you want. So we got Mark's name out of there. Let's shuffle it 3 more times. This is going to be for mystery number 2. We'll figure something out. We'll get you guys something interesting, that's for sure. So who we got? Who we got? Brad Danica, mystery number 2. Okay. All right. We'll figure out something a little fun for the sample stuff. Lord knows I've got enough stuff, that's for sure. So thanks again, everyone. I greatly appreciate it. That was fun to kind of mix in a couple little extra things there. So yeah, there you go, Mark. Thanks, Julie. Congrats. So what else we got here? Got a few things I'm gonna have to send out here. So that's pretty much what it is. You got too much stuff here. You got to get rid of more of it. So it keeps coming in, and not very much of it goes. You can only have so many parties, and it feels like nobody ever drinks enough to make a difference. That's for sure. So, so anyway, let me throw up my email so you guys can. Where in the world did I put it? There it is. All right. So let's get rid of the other. Nope, that's not it. So there's the email. So if anybody does not have my email, mybourbonjourney01@gmail.com, you can send me the email for for whatever it was you want. If I don't have your information, most of you guys, I've got it. I think Mark, Brad Danica, shoot me an email, whether it's on Patreon or a message, Patreon, whatever it may be. Get a hold of me one way or another, and we'll work on getting the 2 mystery stuff out, along with the turkey, the Frey Ranch, and the 5 sample pack. So Paul, we can talk and get you some things and see exactly what it is that you want. So there you go. I appreciate everything. You guys are awesome. Thanks for all the super chats, Venmos, PayPal stuff all night long. Can't thank you guys enough for all the support. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out on another Tuesday night and putting up with this guy for a little while. But you make the birthday feel at least a little bit more special. So it's good to hang out with you guys for a little while. So like I said, I won't be back or won't be on next Tuesday, actually, or the following, because we'll be at Wild Turkey. But I will be on with Jason that Wednesday. So looking forward to it. It's going to be a really fun night. So again, thanks, guys. Appreciate everything as always, and look forward to seeing you next time. Probably next time I see you, I'll be on Jason's channel. But again, thanks for all the support. Appreciate everything, and appreciate every single one of you guys and ladies. So thanks again for everything. And like I say, it's about the journey and not the destination. Have a good rest of your Tuesday evening, and I'll see you when I see you. Cheers, guys.